right, still ahead, mental health awareness. The story behind one local athlete who faced a major depression hit and his father's message to the public. Tonight, thousands of families gathered to celebrate athletes and excellence watching the Super Bowl. And in every home out there, mental health advocates say lives someone with a hidden mental health challenge. And at News 3, we believe it's time to talk about it. Ari Cowan, with the new endeavor we hope gives you all a chance to talk about finding mental wellness and ending the stigma about mental illness.
This is the story of Avery Burton, a young man who had the world by the tail. High-functioning scholar and athlete, community servant right here in Southern Nevada. But after a major depressive episode, Avery didn't want the world anymore. His father always wonders what he could have done to save his son. And in the absence of being able to save his own child, Reggie Burton has a message for you tonight if you're hurting. Avery Rashawn Burton, one of us, one of the best of us. This night,
all the emotions kind of, rushing back.
His dad, Reggie, goes with us to UNLV to see the halls that once hosted his boy.
It's still a little difficult, having spent so much time here on campus with him.
Time was supposed to be Avery's friend. It always has been, in everything Avery did.
Self-made kid, 3-sport athlete in high school, good grades, dean's list in college, cum laude. Just an amazing young man.
A young man who his father says was...
He was a parent's gift.
Avery Burton was a gift, and one his father would have to give back. In 2017, after graduating with honors, something inside Avery broke.
The stress associated, I kind of compare it to running a race. The stress associated with finishing his degree and preparing for what's next got to be overwhelming for him. I think for Avery, that transition became really, 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 really difficult.
Avery had what his dad calls a major depressive episode, and
within a matter of 2 months, he took his own life.
It is hard to ask a parent about that day, and Reggie Burton has to steady himself to say what happened, but he does it. Avery's last day, an important part of the story that is the backbone of the Avery Burton Foundation. A day that started when Avery posted a suicide note on Facebook. Dad Reggie's phone started to ring, and then...
I knew in my heart that we were going to be too late, and a stranger answered. Someone at the Hoover Dam picked up his phone off the ledge of the bridge that connects Nevada and Arizona. Was just hoping that they could give him the phone. Avery, 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 kept saying that. The person didn't say anything, and I knew. That's how I found out.
The Burtons drove to Hoover Dam, still hopeful.
We get up there and talk to the officers. And I said, I want to see where he was. I don't know what made me ask, but I had to ask. I'm a dad, right? I asked the officer, could he have survived? And he just looked at me and said, Mr. Burton, we're 1,000 feet up. That's like concrete down there. That's not water, that's concrete. I didn't want to hear that. I just kept thinking, my son was a lifeguard at UNLV. He taught himself how to swim. He was one of the best swimmers on campus. I don't want to hear about the undertow of the Colorado River. He can swim his way out of that because that's how great he is. That's how talented he is. That's how determined he is.
If you could have talked to him.
Don't do it. Let us help you. Let's talk this through. We can work this out. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're feeling, we got this.
Words from a father that would never reach his son. Reason why Reggie Burton uses those same words all over the United States to save the son he could not save.
He had a wound, and, this is where the story veers into wanting to use his life as an example for other families.
Burton wrote a book, This is Depression, and he became certified to help others needing help.
So you feel strongly that for many of us, the clock is ticking?
100%. The longer a mental health disorder or crisis goes on untreated, it only gets worse. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. Let's be more compassionate. Let's be more caring about each other. Let's start there. From there, let's inspire hope in ourselves and others.
So for more information about Avery Burton and his foundation and the good work it does in our community, go to our website, news3lv.com. Also, make sure to visit our Facebook page, where soon we'll be holding a town hall meeting to talk to Reggie Burton about his son Avery and other community leaders on the importance of ending the stigma against mental illness. I'm Reed Cowan.
Such an important conversation to have, and so glad that Reggie Burton, who's truly a community servant, has done so much to bring awareness to this issue, opened up and shared his story with us. And I know it ultimately is going to save lives. So Reggie, we salute you and thank you so much for sharing your story. So important. All right, if you or a loved one needs help, call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. The number there on your screen. Everybody has something with which they are struggling on the inside, and there's no shame in picking up a phone.